Hey y'all, I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good, besides the fact that it is hot as heck in this room. It's getting hotter and hotter as the summer goes on. I guess it's technically summer now, but oh my goodness, it is just this heat. I'm not built for extreme type of heat. We're not even extreme yet, that's the sad thing. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about this beautiful bag here, which is the Alma BB. I have had this for 6 going on 7 months now. So I feel like this is a good time to actually talk about and review the bag. I feel that there's always that initial excitement that you have when you buy a bag and you just love it, you love it, you love it, you love it. But then as time goes on, you actually start to see how it works for you, how it doesn't work for you. And so I feel that reviews are much more valuable like later on down the line. Like, how do you wear it 6 months out? How do you wear it a year out? How do you wear it like 10 years out if you even still have it then? So I like to do my reviews later on, and so it is time to actually review this bag. Before we jump into the review portion of this video though, if you like type of videos, if you like videos like this rather, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Also, if you like planning content, if you like planners, I do have an email list down below that focuses on planning. We are planning on launching a whole bunch of free content for our email subscribers at the end of June. So fingers crossed we can get everything finished for that. But for new subscribers, we do have a morning mindset workbook. It's a free workbook to help you just get your mind right for a nice, calm, productive day. We've had a lot of downloads and we've had a lot of positive feedback on that. So if you would like to try out our morning mindset, it is free. All you have to do is sign up for the email list, which is linked down below. Okay, so for this, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the history of the Alma BB, as well as my pros and my cons with it, how it kind of wore since I got it, and then what I actually have in the bag. I think that's going to be a comprehensive review that could help anyone who's kind of on the fence try to make up their mind on if they should get this bag. I do want to say, just right off the gate, so you don't have to go surfing through this video, I think this is a bag to get. I don't know why I waited so long to get this bag, but it's honestly a really good bag. It's a good staple bag. I feel that if you are really looking for one bag to get, the Alma could be it, just because it's such a versatile bag. So let's talk about the history of this bag real quick. This bag design is almost 90 years old. I want to say it was in 1925. I do have the actual dates written in my blog. I'll have the blog posted down below, but Coco Chanel actually designed this bag as a travel bag. I believe it's what we now know as the PM or the GM size that she designed for Louis Vuitton to make her as a travel bag. About 10 years later, Louis Vuitton was able to release it as one of their designs, and it's been a staple piece with the Maison ever since. The Alma name comes, there was like a bridge, I believe, named Alma in Paris, and they actually named it after the bridge. I could be remembering it wrong, but I'll leave the reference links down below, or I'll leave the blog down below, which has the reference links to the history of the bag. So I just thought that it was really cool that it kind of just reflects Paris itself, that it's a marriage almost between two major fashion houses and whatnot. If you're really into fashion, like, this is an iconic fashion piece to have. It's like a little bit of history that you have. So this bag can be worn several different ways, which I absolutely love about it. You can wear it by the top handles here, which is how I think most people end up wearing this bag. It's really just easy to grab and go. You can also kind of wear it on the crook of your arm here, which is generally how my daughter loves to wear this bag when she pulls it off my shelf or any other bag. You can also wear it over your shoulder or crossbody with the strap. Now, my bag did not come with a strap. I bought it through Fashionphile, and I've got a wonderful discount on it because the strap was not there. I ended up paying just south of like $900 for this bag. I believe currently you can get the bag starting at just under $1,800 at Louis Vuitton if you go for one of the canvas options. So it has gone up quite a bit in price. It will probably continue to be one of those bags that creeps up slowly in price just because it's definitely one of the more popular bags with the brand. But you can wear this bag several ways, which makes it very easy to pull from. As a mom, a lot of the times I need to have my hands free. So the fact that I can easily kind of just slap on a strap on this and then just chase after my kids just makes it absolutely wonderful. I love it. But I also love going out, having fun with my friends and my husband. And I feel like it's a lot more classier just to kind of grab it by the top handles. It looks very fashionable that way, very put together. I love it. And so I love wearing it both ways. And I love how versatile it is. It makes me want to reach for this bag more because I just have more options. I also love that this bag has a nice zip closure. It has a nice wide zip closure. Now you can see my bag is a little full right now, and we'll talk about why it's so full in a little bit, but the opening is wide enough to actually really get in there and get your things and see your things. It is a bit more on the smaller side. I would say that this is a small bag, so you're not fitting like a whole bunch of extras or anything like that in there, but you can fit all your necessities in there. And for most people, you're not going to have to like severely stack or play Tetris. I try to pack everything in my bag, so I'm always playing Tetris with my bags. But if you're the type of person who doesn't like to do that, you don't have to do that with this bag. You can still fit your basic necessities in there, which I think a lot of people are going to love. I also love that this bag comes with feet. Now you can see that my bag is a little bit concaved here. I don't know if that is because of something the previous owner did to cause it to be concaved here, or if it's a feature of the bag, because it actually keeps the bottom of this bag completely off the floor when I set it down, having just everything rest on the feet, which for me is perfect because that is what feet are supposed to do. They are supposed to protect your bag, and this bag stays well protected because of the feet. I would have to say really the only cons I have with this bag would be the gussets on the side. I kind of wish it opened up wider. It opens up plenty wide, by the way, which is what I was just talking about. But I do feel like if it opened up a little bit wider, it would be nice. And then, like I said, I don't have the original strap, so I can't really comment on it. I'm using the strap from my Tiffany bag, but I have heard people complain about the strap not being adjustable. And if you're shorter than a certain height, it can be either too long, or if you're tall, you know, it can be too short. It'd be nice if it came with an adjustable strap. Those are the really only cons that I can think about for the Alma overall. My particular Alma is in the Nacre finish, and so it's a metallic. I absolutely love metallics. Metallics, iridescent, anything with like a pearlescent or rainbow finish is absolutely a bag for me. It just kind of matches my personality. Unfortunately, that means these bags are fairly delicate. So I think in general, epi leather is going to be probably some of the more, you know, robust type leathers that you're going to find from Louis Vuitton. You're not going to see much damage on epi leather bags that have been taken care of fairly well to, you know, okay. That leather is going to hold up, but because of the finish here, I do have some scratches. Now, the scratches that I have not expanded. So what I mean by that is I did buy this bag pre-loved on Fashionphile, and it did come with some wear and tear on it. There is some, you can see some scratches right here, as well as some scratches right here. There are some scratches right here. By scratches, I mean peeling on the bottom right here. Scratches right there, and then on the chap right over here there was some foundation that the previous owner got on the chap that just would not come off no matter what I did. It's been 6 months. I have used this bag pretty frequently. It hasn't been my most used bag, and I have not traveled with this bag, but I have used this bag fairly frequently and none of the previous damage has expanded. So I do think this is a fairly hard wearing bag. Just be aware that if you buy anything with a special finish, it is going to be a lot more delicate and more prone to rubbing off. And I know that breaks some people's heart. I think I kind of just got over it since I have such a love for metallics and like I'm gonna use it anyway. But just be aware if you have a metallic finish, something like this can happen. I noticed that there is like a lot of rubbing at the bottom, and I think it's because the lock when I got it was attached to the zipper down here, and I think the lock was actually banging up against the bottom of the bag, and I think that was causing a lot of the damage too. So that's something to be aware of. It's probably best not to keep your lock on your bag if you're not using it. However, I'm like the type of person, like if I don't have it on the bag, I'm just gonna lose it and I don't wanna lose it. So I went ahead and I put it just above this chap right here. It could rub up against the chap and cause scratching there, but I'd much rather have damage caused here than on the bottom of the bag, in my mind at least. But it hasn't caused any damage since I've moved it there, so I don't think it's a problem. I just think this is a much better location for the lock instead of where the lock belongs here, because it will rub against the bottom of your bag. Other than the lock being scratched too, the hardware in this bag is doing very well. This bag came out in 2021, so it is going on 3 years old, and yeah, the hardware is doing pretty fine. However, at 3 years old, I'm kind of expecting my hardware to do fine. I have a lot of vintage bags from Louis Vuitton and the hardware is in decent condition, but they're old bags, right? And so at this price point, you shouldn't be expecting hardware to look fairly damaged or rusted after several years. So I don't necessarily think that's impressive, but I did want to bring that up. I also want to bring up the glazing. There is glazing on this bag. So you have glazing kind of along like the zipper line, or right here. You have glazing on the chaps, glazing on the handles, and then you have a clochette here too. You have glazing on that as well. And the glaze, and glazing underneath here on the foot. And the glazing is holding up really, really well. I'm not having any issues with the glazing. I know some people have had, I've had really bad issues with the glazing on my pochette métis. And there's been other bags that I know people have talked about having issues with, like serious issues with their glazing. And because of the shape, I'm kind of worried that there might be issues with the glazing, just because there's kind of like a lot of stress right here. And I don't know, I feel like there's like a lot of moving parts to this bag, right? It's very ASMR, like with the shaking and whatnot, but no issues with the glazing, so I'm very happy about that. And yeah, there just hasn't really been any wear to this bag since I've had it. I think if you treat the bag, you don't have to baby the bag or anything like that. I don't baby any of my bags, but if you treat it with, standard care, you shouldn't have any issues with this bag. I do have a little bandeau on it. This is the bandeau from the Esquel collection. I think it's so cute. I got it for my 30th birthday, but I've started wrapping my bags with bandeaus because I wear a lot of hand lotions naturally. I use a lot of hand sanitizer, and I'm using a lot more of that nowadays since chemo really dries out my hands. And I don't want to get a whole bunch of oils or alcohols on these handles, especially since I think getting these handles repaired is going to be a nightmare just with the style of this bag. And so I wrapped the bandeau around it so I can grab it by the bandeau and hopefully not transfer any of those oils or alcohols to the leather, which can then damage the leather further. So I think that would just be a tip that I would pass on, is utilize bandeaus. They're cute to just protect your handles and get a little bit more longevity out of your bag. Honestly, if you follow some like basic tips, these bags should last you a long time without damage or, significant damage. Sometimes I think we're so used to fast fashion. You buy like, a $2,000 bag, $1,000 bag, and, after a couple of years, it starts deteriorating. And some people think that's normal. at this price range, this bag should last you a long time. And so that is what I am personally trying to do. So let's talk about what is inside this bag. I love this part. I did a lot of archaeology in college, and so it's kind of like a field dig to me when I look at other people and see what they have inside their bags. So I'm excited to show you what I have in my bag. Generally, I wouldn't have my bag this full. It's kind of full now because it's the summertime, so I have my sunglasses on the top. These are my Celine shades, and I love these shades so much. They are so dark. I feel like they protect my eyes, and they kind of just cover like a good portion of my face, so I feel like nobody can see me. It's like a safety blanket when I wear these glasses. But I really like these glasses, and I just kind of tuck them up on top. If I don't have like my Zoe wallet in the bag or my phone, I can fit this in my bag and zip it up. Sometimes I just carry a lot of things in my bag. I want to carry more, and so what I do in instances like that is I'll zip it up just to like the side, and I'll have the top poking out. It still feels fairly secure because it's going to be on my wrist or like by my body. It's not really easy to get in there. Things don't spill out. It works really well for me. But without the sunglasses, I can zip this bag all the way up and have no problems. I say no problems. You see it's warping just a little bit. This is because the previous owner probably really stuffed this bag. It always warps no matter what I have in there. So that's just something I kind of have to deal with. But if you don't overstuff your bags, you don't zip your bags overstuffed rather, you shouldn't have that problem. Okay, so moving on to the next thing I have is this little hand sanitizer from Noshinko. This one's in their lavender scent, or their lavender vanilla scent, I think it is. I actually really enjoy this hand sanitizer. I'm a big fan of Touchland too, but this one is like the size of like a couple of business cards. It's not very thick, and it does such a good job of actually moisturizing your hands too, and it smells so good. You can also refill these, which I absolutely love. It's a little bit more on the green side, so I've been preferring these lately, and they just work really well for small bags. Then I have my cigarette case from Louis Vuitton. This I just use to hold tissues, and I get my tissues from Grove Cove. I love Grove Cove. I'll leave a link down below. I get a lot of my cleaning stuff from there too. But they have like a lot of green and organic products there. So if I can get something from Grove Cove, a lot of times I'll opt for that. Next, I talked about this a lot, but this is lotion. I actually don't buy a lot of my lotions from Bath & Body Works anymore. Target has good deals on hand lotions at times. And then I think it was Beekman. My sister-in-law had got me a lot of lotions from them from an advent calendar, but I just collect a lot of little hand lotions that can fit in small purses. Always have them on hand, and this is hyaluronic acid hydrating cream. Next, I have my 6-ring key holder from Louis Vuitton, and I know people say they have so many issues with client advisors when they talk to them on the phone, but I literally had the best one when I was trying to find this. She made sure I was able to source this, and I was able to get it, and I'm just really thankful for that. Like, so kind, and went out the way to make sure I could get something that I wanted that just seemed completely sold out at the time I was getting it. Now I think they're like always available, but I literally use it to hold like all my keys. I think if you're looking for a really good, SLG that you can use every day that you're going to get your money worth, it's going to be this one. So the next thing I have in my bag is my headphones. I think this is kind of a staple for all of us. It definitely is for me. Even a lot of times when I'm not listening to something, I like to have something in my ears so that people won't bother me, or people think I'm not paying attention, and I can see what they're doing. They don't know I'm paying attention, but I don't just like to have headphones in my ears. And this is a cute little Kate Spade case that I picked up at Target. I think, yeah, I picked up at Target. Then I have my key pouch, which these keep going up and up in price too, but I do think that these are really useful. I don't have the mini pochette, but I do feel like this is a little bit more useful than the mini pochette. But oh my gosh, this one's really stuffed, so I'm having a hard time opening it. It needs to be reorganized, but it's the summertime, so I have my camper keys, I have my car keys, and then I have like just Band-Aids, toothpicks, you know, bobby pins, just, you know, regular first aid stuff in there. But we got to reorganize that because that is too stuffed. And then we don't have much left in here. I just have some lip products. These are some Dior lip products. So this is the Dior Lip Glow. I really like this because it feels really smooth and moisturizing on your lips. And this is just one of their lip maximizers. I kind of just have these randomly in all of my purses. It's like a luxury like lip product that actually feels good, that I actually like. So I just keep those stored in all my purses. Then I have my Zoe wallet, which has also gone up in price. I prefer the Zoe wallet over the Victorine wallet just because it's a lot smaller, but it's like the exact same thing. But I have my cards in here. I even have most of my medical cards in here. I have my ID in the back. I have some cash over here and then some coins up there. It literally fits everything you need. I got this one 2018, I think it was 2018 or 2019, one of those years that they had like the brass, and it's so cute and it's held up so well. It's in Damier Azur. I use it a lot. It's held up really, really well. Then I have my phone, which has been going off, but I have my phone. I also will typically have, I'll insert like a little clip of it here. I'll also carry like a little case-lay charger in here. I just forgot I took it out, but I'll carry a little case-lay charger so I can charge my phone or charge any other electronics that my kids have. Almost done. I have this little thing right here. You set it up on a table and it's like a little bag hook. That way I never have to put my bag on the ground or on a dirty table. I can just keep my bags clean. Even though it has the feet, I still like to not put my bags on tables if I think they're dirty, and I'm never putting my bag on the floor. So this is something really nice to have. Then the last thing I have in here is this little pouch that I got from Valentino during the Sephora VIB sale back in November. I love this pouch. It was a great Christmas gift. And I got it from a Pepper. I got it as a Christmas gift for myself as well. But I carry a lot of my medical things in here. So I have like, I guess 2 things of Aquaphor. I have one of my Chanel lip duos. This is one of my favorite lipsticks because it really doesn't smudge. Like, it will get on some things, but it will stay on your lips for the most part. I have a blog post about it. Tweezers, eye drops, literally any of my medical things that I need is in here. And that is everything in this bag. Now I do have an insert. I bought this insert off of Amazon. It did have like zippers over here, but that was taking up so much space. So what I did was I actually just cut that out. So yeah, you can kind of see it's a little fuzzy around the edges, but that doesn't really matter because it doesn't actually damage the bag or anything like that. But for me, like, those zippers made no sense. Like, I wasn't going to use them at all. So I just cut this out. I would say this insert, I want to say it was like 20 bucks, maybe 25. Honestly, I prefer Zimone inserts. I have Zimone inserts in just about every single one of my Chanel bags over here. The problem is with Zimone is it takes forever. So I ended up doing a big order with my Chanel bags, and that's why I got all Zimone there. I love their inserts, but I don't want to wait weeks. I didn't want to wait weeks to have an insert, especially since the inside of this bag came in like immaculate condition and I was using it a lot, so I wanted to make sure it stayed that way. So I just went ahead and went with Amazon. I should probably go ahead and order from Zimone now, just because, you know, I no longer have to wait. My bag is protected now, so I can actually get an insert that I like. I don't know what it is about my life, but there is always some sort of distraction that happens when I am filming. This time my camera overheated. Like I said, this room gets really hot, but I was towards the end anyway. I had the bag all empty out and I put the insert back over here. I think the main takeaway I was just saying was, if you have the time, order from Zimone. If not, you can order off of Amazon, and a lot of times if there's extra pockets and whatnot, you can just pop the stitches, take them out, and it's thin, it's work, it works, and you can protect the inside of your bag that way. But overall, the Alma BB is such a wonderful sized bag. I think it's the perfect daily size bag if you don't carry like the whole kitchen sink with you. I have a Neverfull GN that I use as my daily like diaper bag for my kids. I got 3 littles, 5 and under, so I need a little bit bigger bag for that. But like, just for myself, for the basic necessities, this works really well for me. And I believe there would even be space, like if I needed to take like a little like almond snack or something like that to snack on, I would have space in this bag to do so while carrying my basic necessities, and it zips up just fine. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. This is the wonkiness I was talking about. Even with it nothing in there, it's still dimpled. And again, that's because originally the owners who had this bag had overstuffed it, which caused that warping to happen, and now that's kind of just built into the leather. I'm trying to tease that out. It's not as pronounced as it had been originally about 6-7 months ago, but it's still there. So don't overstuff your bags if you don't want that warping to happen. But it's, you know, it's not like it's also the end of the world or anything like that, at least for me. I know for some people it would be, but for me it's not the end of the world. But yeah, overall it's a wonderful, wonderful bag. I absolutely love how it looks. I'm in love with this color. I'm in love with this shine. Look at it. And then actually when I was in Louis Vuitton, the actual store last, it looked like they had a little bit of an iridescent shine on the pink Alma that was in stores. I couldn't find it online though. It was when I was in Hawaii. There was this pink one, and then there was a beautiful like baby blue shade that looked like they had a little bit of a shine. I did not look at it though because I was so enamored with that bag right there that I ended up getting, which I talk about in a different video. But yeah, overall, I love the Alma. I think it's a wonderful bag. It's a classic bag, so you don't really have to worry about it going out of style, and it just works really well for me. I'm gonna wrap up right here because I'm just gonna end up saying the same things over and over and over again. But if you are considering getting the Alma, I hope that my talking points can kind of help push you in the direction that you want to go, whether or not it is a bag for you or if it's not a bag for you. It's definitely a bag for me, but what works for me isn't gonna work for everyone else. So I try to be as open with my reviews that I make about fashion pieces as possible, so you can make a determination for yourself. But I do think overall it's a wonderful bag that most people would like. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. If you do want to try out a morning mindset, just try to relax yourself in the morning, find some gratefulness, and prepare yourself for the day, be sure to check out the email link that we have down below. Also consider subscribing to this channel if you like content like this. I hope you have a wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is you're watching this, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!